Okay, so this guy, Beware Traveler, greater souls than yours walk here. We're not sure what that means exactly, other than there's Animat, which is kind of like an undead thing there. All those people chained up. We didn't go into this room yet. Yeah, since we're here. Sure, fine.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep
Turn
to
back.
ourselves.
Keep your courage and your spirit for the light. Yes, now he's there. Can we throw a fireball?
Aye?
Out of combat, we can, so we're just going to hit these guys with fireball, because we can.
Thank.
Then run back.
Run
Back faster. Okay. That worked well, right? Blessing there.
Ready, Watcher.
Dog, help out with that. He's doing his thing. He's getting farther away.
Following your lead.
Smack that thing.
Hey.
There. Let's see if you can knock that one over. Adra Animate? Oh, they're getting all kinds of fancy now. What were the Pillars of Eternity anyway? The little green rocks in the ground, Fanny. Little green rocks.
What?
Daze these things.
Ready, Watcher.
Stuff through here is basically dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha!
He's almost dead, so don't worry about that. Put your armor on. Mr. Priest. What do we do? Consecrate ground, so we're healing, generating ally endurance, or... Oh, let's do the armor of faith. I'm gonna get everybody.
Moe Ixi Ana.
How may I help?
You may help by blasting these guys, please. Now, what the hell are you? Adrigan? I don't know what you are. Spectre doesn't want to die.
Yes?
Shield on, hopefully that'll help. Let's do the Pillar of Faith. On. That one? That one? I'll hit all four of them, maybe. That one. Spectre seems like he's healing. That's not...
Hey.
That doesn't look good. We're outgunned here. Now, do we want skeletons or... Yeah, we want skeletons.
Hey.
Get me knocked prone, so never mind with that one.
Yeah?
I'm here.
Stand
Hey there.
Realize his health had dropped a little bit. Where's the dog? The dog's right there. He's working on him.
How may I help?
You got his shield up. Is that going to matter? I don't know. Yes, choose that. Durance is injured, but he looks not to be on our team. He's dominated, so damn it. Suck the life out of that one.
Watch out, Kana!
Kana is down. So. Kana is out of the fight.
Hey.
Just start dying very quickly. Especially if this one's being constant. The two archers are taking him on, one with the dog, and he doesn't want to go down. He's out of the fight because he's dominated still. For 7.8 seconds total. Yeah, it's a lot of bad on the screen. It is. They warned us not to go this way. I have a feeling we should have done.
Not even.
Ready, Watcher.
These days, so he's not going to be casting anything anytime soon. We still have 5 seconds left on domination on the priest, so that's hurting a lot. You're down.
Yeah?
Aloth? Shit!
Yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Sporting seal, burst of electrical energy when the enemy comes to contact with it, inflicting shock damage. But they seem to be some air elementals in here, so I don't think that's a good thing. Watchful presence. Busts allies with the aid of sympathetic soul, releasing the healing effects when their endurance is low. Sure. Be a little late, but
Ready, Watcher.
I think he's almost dead.
Hey there.
You're in trouble. Actually, it looks like you're out of. He's dominated too. Who's doing all this domination stuff?
They got the priest.
We're doomed.
Stay close.
They got Sagani.
Yeah, we're done. Somehow he's not out of the fight yet. So he's the only one left, as usual. Of course, now they're focused on every time to be able to do anything. Yeah, that's
Go
it.
for some shut-eye about now.
Okay. So no, we can't do that fight. That's I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's crazy.
All right, then.
It's crazy. I'm not going to worry about that stuff right now because simply can't take on that fight. Screw everything else on the level. So we've gone basically as deep as we can go on this for now. Maybe a couple more levels will come back. You need to wind down, keep nodding off. See you, Ring. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Get some sleep. So, master staircase. To get out of here more quickly. Oh, we still have 3. Oh, it skips levels, it looks like. Or maybe we didn't find. Maybe we didn't find the stairs on the other 2 levels, 2 and 4. Not that it matters. We're going out anyway. See how our little base looks
A
like.
few repairs, and this keep will be a sight to see.
So, barracks are constructed or built. Nothing to report there. So, next, we have barracks now. 3 days, 4 days, 4 days, 2 days. Dungeons for prisoners, craft hall for bonuses for resting. So this is all bonus stuff and other things. Towers, 3 days. Reception bonus. Sure, it's only 3 days. Now we have barracks. There we go. So they eat up so much money per day. So cleric, thug, knight, mind striker, disciple, line breaker, archer, skull, mage, soldier, warden of the wilds. I have no idea what these people do. Cleric, knight, shock mage. Shock mage. Skull, that would be a bard type, or bard type. Disciple, that's going to be monk. Oh, you can only hire one of each. Okay. Warden of the Wilds. I don't know what you are. I'm guessing a ranger. So, I'll leave you guys for that. We don't want to break ourselves eating up, you know. Not that we're poor, but don't want to waste our money. Skirmish archer. Waiting on your orders, Lord. Am I supposed to give him orders? Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, wait. Do we have a place to buy stuff? Restoration. Rest here. And keep Bailey. Sell general goods in your hall. Oh, it's already done. So, Great Hall. Let's see what's in there. Go sell stuff and buy some supplies so we can camp. People to talk to. Valiant Shock Mage. Let's talk to the throne, who we've been talking to in a while.
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
It's the state of the keep. People are starting to notice your hard work. I dare say we'll have more visitors shortly. I'm glad you decided to stay on, my lord. It's been difficult watching this place tumble into decay time and again. To see it restored is, I can imagine the great crowds, the petitioners, music perhaps in the evenings. Oh, I've gotten carried away, haven't I? Here's the report. Nothing going on. Palace Messenger? Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. You claim Anbora has been called into question by the Gathbin family. Earl Badamar has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gablin must be present. Who's Chancellor Warren? He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl Badamar of the Grasp. Tell me about this Lord Gathbin. An old Adrian lineage, I believe. He looks around at the Great Hall. The former lord of the Stronghold, a distant relative, Lord Gathbin, allied himself with the Losenside during the War of Defiance. It's mine. The Gathbin family disagrees, as your claim is not based on lineage, and official ruling is required to remedy this dispute. I'll go meet him then. Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in the first fires. The messenger bows, then strides away. Fine. Deal with this kind of stuff. Barracks, library, treasury, steward, dungeons.
Good day,
Okay,
stranger.
Fancy new blade, maybe an axe. I've plenty here to take fancy, blah, 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 blah. So, I have oils and tinctures for an alien man too. We want to take a look. Yes. That's all weapon stuff. It's all basic, it looks like. But the camping supplies, we need 4 of those. So we take 5. Only take 1. 4. Okay. Hello. Not the quarterstaff. You found any armor? That seems wrong. Oh, looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. It's fine leather. Hold on to that. Plate. Don't care. Hold on to that too. So what did we learn today? Don't sell gems. They're required in the various enchantments. Wish I've known that earlier, but whatever. I sold so many gems. Why? Because in Avowed, gems are just meant to be sold. They don't serve any other purpose other than make money. Poor assumption on my part. It's okay. We'll find more. Done that in Celasta. Yeah, Celasta, but at least Celasta tells you.
Along nicely.
Celasta at least tells you that it's for, an ingredient. It labels the stuff to what it is, so not to sell something, because an ingredient means it's used in an enchantment of some kind, usually. Okay, so I have to go down here to the Ducal Palace. Where the hell's the Ducal Palace in First Fires, right? I think that's what they said.
your brother. Did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his boots with stinging ants.
My own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Tekoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
It's an odd conversation. So the Ducal Palace, that would be up there. That's where we have to go. Somebody wants our fort. All the effort and money we've thrown into it, they want it. They can't have it. It's ours.
Politics, infighting, greed. And a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
It's busy. Settle down or you'll feel the back of your blade. Willie? Looking for a neighborhood with a tower. It's near a cemetery. Best you stop looking then. The place you want is Heritage Hill. You can see the tower over the district walls out that way. Points to the northwest. But something happened there. They don't let people in anymore, and none of the knights want to be posted anywhere close to it. Steer clear if you know what's good for you. We have to go there. Where on the map? Where are the Mad Captain Defiance Bay? Only place around here that takes them is the Brackenberry Sanitarium. I've heard that they can treat your soul there, take the madness away. But there's just as many stories coming out of that place that'll chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, at the Moor or whatever there. He's a head warden. If you're visiting or checking yourself in, he's the one to talk to. It's all quest stuff that we haven't done yet. Listen, gotta go talk to some loser who wants our stuff. Welcome to the Ducal Palace.
Good day, stranger.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? Who are you? What goes on here? Tell me about the current dirt. I don't really care. Who are you? I'm a page. Stuff. What goes on in here? Politics. Shrine of Magret. Type of records are stored here. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Avar has been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs. But a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's a good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed doors. The legacy. Waiden's legacy. That's what a lot of people call the Amrash of Hollowborn. The theory goes that it's a punishment for meddling in animancy. Why is animancy so controversial? Where to begin, she laughs. Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking around in souls is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research often involves old Angwithan relics that were illegally looted from the ruins in Air Glanfath. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. We know what Hollowborn are. So what do you think about the animancy? Me? I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We get a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the Gift or Copper Lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. She shakes her head. Breaks her heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Something else. What's the Ducal Palace? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Admeth Hadret declared freedom from Adiran rule some 150 years ago. She loves her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, Deerwood politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversation in the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors. And about the current duke. That would be Avar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Aver rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. So, stuff. Chancellor Warren, that's the one we're supposed to talk to. Thank you for coming, Gippy. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marshal Forwin, Earl Bademar's military advisor. He will serve as a witness for this proceeding. He gestures at the man next to him. Well met, Road Warden. Your reputation precedes you. I admit, you've created a bit of stir throughout the nobility with your reclamation of Cadnua. Most are still not sure what to think of you. What's this about? The legitimacy of your claim to Cadnua is in question. Earl Bademar has issued a ruling on the matter. Trust me, I trust the Earl to make a fair judgment. Diplomatic. Cadnua is abandoned for over a century, and I've claimed the land through strength of arms. My claim is legitimate. It's mine. Any who challenge me will face my wrath. Rational. If there were no other claimant, you would be correct. Unfortunately, this is not the case. All will be made clear once Lord Gathbin arrives. Do you have any questions for me whilst we wait? Tell me about the Earl Bademar. Earl Bademar comes from an esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the War of Defiance some 150 years ago. Deerwood consists of 7 earldoms. The Bademars govern the northern earldom known as the Grasp. As to the current Bademar, he is as fine a man as I know. It is an honor to serve him. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood. It encompasses notable settlements such as New Haomer, Garen's Grasp, Gilded Vale, and of course, Cadnua. Yenwood. When the Deerwood was a mere colony of Aedir, it was divided into 9 earldoms. When the Aedirans were defeated and ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and borders were adjusted. The Yenwood was one such earldom. Further questions? What do you know of Gathbin? Well, I've met him but once. It was ample time to determine the character of Lord Gathbin, or lack thereof. He is descended from an old Aediran line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Randag Gathbin, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. That is, until he was stripped of his lands and driven from the Deerwood. I have other questions. Do you know which way Baruba has ruled? I'm sorry, my lord, I do not. The Earl's decree is sealed. What's that about Road Warden? The one who rules Cadnua on behalf of the Earl of Yenwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official yet, but the title is an appropriate form of address. The Marshal nods and smiles. Don't have any more questions. Timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gathbin now. We just kill him, be done with it. An opulent-dressed man strides towards the Chancellor, his sandy hair trailing like him like a banner caught in a light breeze, both heels echoing throughout the hall. An elven woman with cropped hair, dressed in a dark, glinting mail, shadows the steps before taking position alongside him. She watches you unabashedly, taking your measure. Let's move past this formality as quickly as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Cadnua belongs to me by right. And where is this pretender? He who murdered the Raedricks, my own sister and her husband, and now steals my land. Where is this low-born wretch? And Baron clears his throat and glances at you. This man here, this is the Lord of Cadnua? I thought he was just another servant, perhaps a valet or a porter. Raise your hand. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise a hand. Go on, don't be shy. Imbecile, I hope you've enjoyed your time squatting on my land. Provoke me further and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Cadnua when our business is finished. Chancellor, read the Earl's decree. Warren breaks the seal and the scroll and unfurls it. Regarding the matter of the Gathbin claim on Cadnua, Earl Baedmar finds that the Gathman claim was never relinquished. By law, Cadnua is the rightful property of the Gathman family. I knew it. Gathman smirks at you triumphantly. I'm not yet finished reading, my lord. Gathman rolls his eyes and motions for the Chancellor to continue. However, the Earl recognizes Gimpy's part in reclaiming Cadnua in a site that had stood abandoned and even, some would say, cursed for over a century. Before Cadnua is returned to the Gathman family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gathman will provide compensation in the form of... Absolutely not. Gathman folds his arms, a defiant scowl on his face. My lord, Warren raises his eyebrows. The amount is quite reasonable, and a requirement for your land to be returned to you. If you'll allow me to finish, I will not pay a single copper to this miscreant for my ancestral land. Do you think I'm blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send that son of a whore. Gathman raises an open hand as the Chancellor shrinks from him, arms raised in defense. Punch him. Grab the stoic. Enough. Grab the arm. Keep your hands off me, you peasant. He yanks his arm free of your hand and steps back. The elven woman deftly draws a pistol from her thick leather belt, her eyes widen in anticipation. My lords, please, there's no need for violence. Gathman holds your gaze for several heartbeats, his eyes burning with hatred. Gathman, I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Emery, we're leaving. He sneers defiantly before storming down the hall. Captain lowers her pistol and gives a smirking shrug before following her employer. That went well. Well, I can't say that Gathman's reaction was entirely unexpected. Through no fault of your own, I'm afraid you've made a powerful enemy. I've dealt with much worse. He did seem a little upset, didn't he? I've heard he's always been vicious even as a boy, and he can hold a grudge for a very long time. In any case, Cadnua has now officially belongs to you since Lord Gathman has rejected the Earl's decree. He hands you a deep blue scepter, which looks to have been carved entirely out of sapphire. Here, this belongs to one of the old lords of Cadnua. By right, it's now yours. But whatever that's supposed to be. Top-notch negotiations, yes. We won. Give 1,000. So, have this sent to Lord Gathman as a token of friendship. Tell Gathman if I catch him or any of his people on my land, they'll be executed. Cruel. Please extend an invitation to Lord Gathman to feast with me within the halls of Cadnua. There's no need for us to be enemies. 1,000 CP. We have the money. Token of friendship. Why don't we just do this? That's a generous offer, and I'll make sure it reaches Lord Gathman. It was a pleasure finally meeting you, my lord. Warren bows. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Marshal Forward. Farewell, Gimpy. The Marshal nods at you and leaves. So we won? Game's over? Pretty sure the game's over. What more is there to do other than to bring that guy to dinner and to kill him? What's that thing we picked up? That thing. So it's a unique scepter. It's a soulbound scepter. Soulbound scepter, two-handed. Stuff. Wizard, priest, druid. Speed is fast. Range 2 meters or 10 meters. Interrupt. Stuff. Accuracy. Damage. Raw damage. The bluestone scepter is remarkable in that it's been shaped from a single sapphire. Its only other component is its grip made of silver bands. We should have this. I mean, this isn't something that I use, right? Save. Make sure we don't screw this up too bad. Because he's using that scepter. It's definitely better for him, right? Bind the soul. Are you sure you want to soul bind blah 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 to Aloth? Once bound, this item cannot be equipped by any other character. Sure, why not? He's not going anywhere. But then it says sever binding? I guess we don't need to keep these around anymore, because I don't think we're going to beat that quality anymore. Keep needing more traps. Fireball traps. Ah, missiles. Bounding missiles. So magic missile trap. Okay, so we can expect trouble later on. Oh, Gimpy leveled up. I didn't realize we were that close to leveling. Welcome to level 7. Gimpy is working on mechanics. How do you get more skill points to advance, or can you? This is going to eat up all our points every level. Ah, Krypton Strike, rogue abilities. Attack Scissor and the rogue attacks his or her enemy's ability to move around effectively, inflicting extra damage to and hobbling any enemy successfully hit. Reckless Assault causes the rogue to dive into battle. No, we don't like that one. Escape allows the rogue to break engagement and expertly avoid the next attack, diving out of range to a specific location and granting a temporary defense bonus. Probably not a bad idea. Finishing Blow. The rogue looks to finish off an injured opponent with a precise, deadly strike that increases in damage the less endurance the target has. 2 per rest. Escape is 1 per encounter. Crippling Strike is 2 per encounter. Adept Evasion. It's a passive. Becomes especially skillful at dodging attacks, converting many reflex hits to grazes. Native Positioning. In one quick move, the rogue instantly switches positions with one nearby target, canceling engagement if in effect. Automatic when targeting ally, and otherwise must hit versus the enemy's reflex. Deep Wounds. Expertise in the art of pain leads all slash, pierce, and crush damage caused by the rogue to do raw damage over time. Target 3.5 raw damage per 3 seconds for 10 seconds. And that just doesn't care about the resistance stuff, right? All slash damage. So does it stack? Because if he's dual wielding the stilettos, does each one of them do that? Deep wound stuff? Because it doesn't say. Do you have multiples going at once? You would think so. They last for 10 seconds. Let's find out. Want to run around this place? Shrine of Magret. Oh, you know, Mr. Grumpy's gonna have something to say about that, won't he? Bright Magrin, transform us with your flame.
Good day to you.
The woman's head is bowed, her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Magrin, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? Her shoulders slump. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Fires? She sighs. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. What does that mean? It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit, but lately when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magrin allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? Durrance grunts with disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? Fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magrin is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magrin's womanly heat. This is shaking your faith? Shrug. Take heart and don't abandon your faith too easily. She nods hopefully, her hands clasped together. You're right, and fortunately, I believe Magrin's been speaking to me again. She cast a quick glance in your direction. Rational, too. This will likely sound so far-fetched to someone like you. Lately, I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with a sunburst of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even when they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision, and behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless, like so many of Magrin's flock. Afraid of her god's tests. If Magrin speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. I'd like to know more about the temple here. The significance of the sacred pyres. They symbolize Magrin's power and guidance, and right now the people of Defiance Bay need to be reassured of her presence. She crosses her arms, staring at the statue. Our neighbors in the Valian Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else? I'd like to know more about the temple here. Magrin is the most revered goddess among us Derwoodians, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the ducal palace. Her fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When it is lit, so are the rest around the city. Can you light it? It's empty, but the palm and fingers are blackened, so why can't we light it? Travel to the cave. So we just found a new quest. Over here. This will require the proper key, which we don't have. I'm just wandering around. Hopefully we find something good. Or not. Okay, so that. Oh, Temple of Boudica. Sorry, Boudica. Crucible Keep. Embassy. I don't want to talk to these people. So much stuff. Yeah, look, there's one night. Blah. Oh, retrieve a breastplate so we can get more stuff out of him. Return the breastplate would be somewhere in the Crucible Keep in First Fires. Oh, he also mentioned that Penhelm, the keeper of the army, was one of the officers that expelled him and is unlikely to return the Yellow willingly. So Crucible Fire in First Fires. Crucible Keep. There we go. So, hey, we want to go over here. Whether good things were happening to be a different story, though. Faster. Knock, knock. So looking for a breastplate in here from some guy. business brings you to the keep? I don't know, really.
Hello.
Oddmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. It keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you're recently arrived yourself. Who are you? Soldier of the Crucible Knights, blah blah blah. You for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in the creep? It's the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so that's where we store arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back, making out plans as usual. He scratches his scarred cheek. You'll find the forge at the west of the building, along with our master smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're the praying type. Tell me about the knights. Blah, 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 blah. What's this about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built into your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with the ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you can't trust them. Hostility in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? That's a horrible thing to say. If people treated them better, they wouldn't have to worry about being so hostile. It seems like an extreme position to take. Treated him better. He shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that's the biggest crime of all. That's all. So, I'm actually looking for... Handheld, Keeper of the Armory. Forge, barracks. Oh, look, I found you.
Well met, friend.
The young novitiate's armor has recently shined, and his hair is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle, or that the scarred antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Does the name Osric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him. Or with any of his new friends at the Expedition Hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. What's the story between you two? Osric has always held some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers are beginning to resemble Edir nobility. He rubs a spot on his bracer like with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forge hammers. They merely reported his statements. I don't see the problem. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. That history made the Knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. Yeah, it's just, if the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. He nods. I quite agree, and that's why Osric has no place here. He says your affidavit is forgery. Rational too. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspersions. With his pedigree in the Knights. He folds his arms. He blinks at you. It's a lie, of course. That should be perfectly obvious to someone as logical as you. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Enough about Osric. Tell me about the Knights. We're the primary defenders of Defiance Bay. The Order's founders were the first to rally for Deerwood independence. He waves his hand. Of course, that's ancient history now. Now we're the most prestigious company of soldiers in the Deerwood. It's a glorious line of work. He scrunches up his nose. If you can forget about the barracks, that is. Is there anything else? How does someone become a knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. He shifts his weight, coughs. Anyhow, Commander Cliver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Well then. Dentham added. Doesn't appear to be keen on partying with Osrogums, which he is presently wearing. More leverage is required. Well, I'm supposed to do that. Just kick his ass, but they might have a problem with that.
Gods keep you.
So I have to go talk to their leader, it looks like, maybe. Forge, barracks. Yes, somewhere up in this area. We don't have to become a knight. Oh, we leveled up. 2 people that leveled up just on that. Just a second.
We just don't have the manpower.
That level up. They're not going to tempt me about. Oh, it's locked and everything. So, chance of Gimpy getting over.
Hey there. They'll never know I'm here.
Don't see him.
I see where you're going with that. Give me a real challenge.
Fine warbow, leather armor. Sure, why not? Not sneaky at all. Okay, Commander Cliver.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over his shoulder to you. Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Benevolent Knights are a slight positive. With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? Cruel. Slight negative. Slight negative. It's unfortunate. Is there a way I can help? He gives you a thin smile. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an Animacy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that
Gimpy, I am sorry to say this, but it is time to end the stream. Say goodbye to all of the nice people and make sure you tell them to have a great day or evening. We will see them again tomorrow. Also, make sure to remind them to hit the follow button and visit your YouTube channel.
Okay, let's finish this first. So, scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times. My novitiate, I got that word earlier. Novitiates have checked. Vienna lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Or there's something else. You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? You're in Defiance Bay, anyhow. High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Tell me about the Knights of the Crucibles. Now we're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hadrod's Day. We've improved our training since then, but Dunrid Road can certify that many of our officers come from good Derwoodian fighting stock. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you? He snorts. They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs on the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Dominel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept it on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. Goodbye. Okay, so stop here for today. So we have stuff to do in this area. So we'll call it a day. And thank you all very much for coming out. Much appreciated. We accomplished some stuff. We got some tomorrow. We're streaming. We're doing this again tomorrow. Continue on from the spot. We'll do the level ups for these four.
Following your lead.
Why is he so far behind? Or is he behind? Oh, he's barely 42 hit point or 42 experience points behind the group. So not too bad. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you're here specifically for Pillars of Eternity, I'll be playing this on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays until we finish up Pillars of Eternity 1. And once that's done, I'll be moving on to Pillars of Eternity 2 because I haven't played that game either. So looking forward to finishing this up. Or we got a long way to go, I have a feeling still, but because there's a lot of things going on at the moment. It's just getting more and more and more like a lot of these RPGs too. But anyway, yeah, so Pillars of Eternity Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays until we finish this, and like I said, Pillars of Eternity 2 after that. Scheduled for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, back here, 2 Pillars. Wednesday and Thursday is Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord with the Old Realms mod. Currently running around as a Bretonnian Knight. Friday is Celasta multiplayer with Hobo, Hurricane, and Jeff. Saturday, Star Wars The Old Republic. Sunday, back here to Pillars. So, also this weekend are the monthly giveaways for April. We're giving out a $25 Steam gift card on Saturday, another one on Sunday to a lucky follower of the channel. Different person each day, of course. If you have any questions how that works, be sure to come back before then and ask away. And that's it. I think that's it. Okay, that's it. So, tomorrow, stream starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT for some more Pillars of Eternity. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you happen to be. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.